Why is it that the moment she starts pulling away, every instinct in your body screams at you to chase her, to fix things, to prove your worth? And why does following those instincts almost always push her further away? You've been there? That sinking feeling when her texts become shorter, when she takes longer to respond, when the warmth in her voice starts to fade. Your mind races through every conversation, every moment, trying to pinpoint where things went wrong. The panic sets in, and suddenly you're doing everything you think will bring her back. But here's what nobody tells you about this moment. The very thing you think will save the connection is often what destroys it completely. When she pulls away, your first impulse is to lean in harder, to be more available, more attentive, more everything. You text more frequently, you ask if everything's okay, you try to schedule more time together. You become the pursuer in a dance that pushes her into the role of the pursued. And the more you pursue, the more space she needs. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how attraction works in reverse? The moment someone becomes completely available to us, something inside us relaxes. Not in a good way, in a way that makes us take them for granted. It's not conscious, it's not calculated, it's just human nature. She pulls away because she needs to feel the tension that attraction requires. When you're always there, always responding, always available, you remove that tension entirely. You become predictable, safe, boring. The irony is devastating. You're being rejected for being too interested, too available, too eager to please. Everything you were taught makes you a good person is working against you in this moment. So what do you do instead? You mirror her energy, not out of spite, not as manipulation, but as a natural response to what she's showing you. When she pulls away, you give her the space she's asking for. When she becomes less available, you become less available too. This isn't playing games. This is recognizing that healthy relationships require space to breathe, tension to stay alive, and mystery to maintain attraction. Here's what this looks like in practice. When her texts become shorter, you don't flood her with longer messages trying to compensate. You match her energy. Short text, short response. When she takes 3 hours to reply, you don't respond in 3 minutes. You take your time too. But here's the crucial part that most people miss. This isn't about punishing her or teaching her a lesson. This is about redirecting your energy back to yourself, back to your own life, back to the things that made you attractive in the first place. Because here's what happens when you mirror her withdrawal. She notices, not immediately, maybe not consciously, but she feels the shift. The dynamic changes. Suddenly, you're not the one chasing. You're not the one who's always available. You become interesting again. When she realizes you're not desperately trying to fix whatever's happening, something inside her mind shifts. The space she created to breathe suddenly feels a little too empty. The attention she was taking for granted is no longer guaranteed. This is when she starts to wonder, what is he doing? Why isn't he texting as much? Is he losing interest? And that wondering, that curiosity, that's the beginning of her coming back. But you have to be genuine about this. You can't just pretend to be less available while secretly obsessing over every move she makes. You have to actually redirect your energy. You have to actually become busy with your own life, your own goals, your own interests. Remember who you were before this relationship consumed your thoughts. Remember the hobbies you put aside, the friends you stopped seeing, the goals you postponed. This is your opportunity to reconnect with that version of yourself. When you genuinely become busy with your own life, when you stop making her the center of your universe, something magnetic happens. You become the person she was attracted to in the first place. You become someone with your own life, your own interests, your own energy. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you stop needing her validation, you become worthy of it again. The moment you stop chasing her attention, you become deserving of it. She'll feel this shift before she understands it. She'll notice that you're not as predictable anymore, that you're not always there when she expects you to be, that you have your own rhythm, your own life, your own priorities. This creates something that was missing when you were chasing her. It creates curiosity. It creates a little bit of uncertainty. It creates the space for her to miss you. Because here's what she can't miss if you're always there. She can't wonder about you if you're constantly available. She can't appreciate your attention if it's guaranteed. When you mirror her energy and genuinely redirect your focus, you're not playing hard to get. You're actually becoming hard to get. There's a difference. One is manipulation, the other is authenticity. The hard truth is that attraction requires a certain amount of uncertainty. Not games, not manipulation, but genuine uncertainty about whether someone will always be there. It's what keeps the spark alive in long-term relationships. It's what makes someone valuable. When she starts pulling away, she's unconsciously testing something. She's testing whether you're so dependent on her attention that you'll sacrifice your dignity to keep it. She's testing whether you have a life outside of her. She's testing whether you're the strong, independent person she was attracted to, or whether you've become someone who needs constant validation. By mirroring her energy, you pass that test. You show her that you're not desperate. You show her that you have options, that you have a life, that you're choosing to be with her rather than needing to be with her. And that choice, that freedom, that's what makes relationships work. When both people are there because they want to be, not because they have to be. So when she pulls away, don't panic, don't chase, don't try to fix or analyze or convince. Simply match her energy and redirect yours back to your own life. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Focus on your goals, your health, your friendships, your passions. She'll notice. She'll feel the shift. And if she's right for you, she'll come back with renewed interest and respect. If she doesn't, then you've saved yourself from someone who wasn't truly invested in the first place. Either way, you win, because you become someone who doesn't need anyone's approval to feel whole. You become someone who attracts people rather than chasing them. The moment she pulls away isn't the end of your story together. It's the beginning of your opportunity to show her who you really are.